Now let's dive into the details of fuel servicing for aircraft, a crucial aspect of aviation operations. Types of aviation fuel. In aviation, two primary types of fuel are used: aviation gasoline, avgas, and turbine fuel, Jet A fuel. Avgas fuels reciprocating engine aircraft with grades such as 80, 87, 100, 130, 100L, low lead, and 115, 145. The numbers indicate lean and rich mixture octane ratings. Color codes, matching those on piping and fueling equipment, help identify avgas types. On the other hand, turbine fuel, identified by a black color code, includes Jet A, Jet A1, both kerosene-based, and Jet B, a blend of kerosene and avgas. Mixing of fuels. Caution is paramount when it comes to mixing avgas and turbine fuel. Checking the type certificate data sheet for the respective power plant is crucial. Adding jet fuel to avgas or vice versa can result in reduced engine power, potential damage, and safety hazards. Contamination control. Contamination in aviation fuel, including water, solids, and microbial growths, poses significant risks. Prevention is key, but even within the fuel system, filters and separators help mitigate contamination. Water contamination. Water in aviation fuel exists in two forms: dissolved vapor and free water. As temperatures drop, dissolved water can turn into free water, potentially causing issues like ice crystal formation, clogging filters, and orifice blockages. Water slugs and entrained water are common forms of free water. Solid contaminants. Solid contaminants, such as rust, dirt, or gasket material, are insoluble in fuel. Even minuscule particles, comparable to 1/20 the diameter of a human hair, can damage or block fuel controls and related mechanisms. Microbiological growth. Microbiological growth in jet fuel is a challenge. Various microorganisms thrive in free water, with warm temperatures and the presence of iron oxide and mineral salts creating favorable conditions. Preventing microbial growth involves keeping the fuel dry. Effects of microorganisms. Microorganisms can lead to the formation of slime or sludge, emulsification of fuel, and the development of corrosive compounds. These effects can foul filters, separators, or fuel controls, and even attack the structure of fuel tanks, potentially emitting offensive odors. Understanding these aspects of fuel servicing is critical for maintaining the integrity and safety of aircraft operations. Fueling hazards. As we explore the critical topic of fueling aircraft, it's imperative to acknowledge the inherent hazards associated with aviation fuels. Volatility and fire hazard. The volatility of aviation fuels introduces a significant fire hazard. Aviation fuel in its liquid state doesn't burn. It's the vapor or gaseous state that presents both the power source for aircraft and a potential fire risk. Static electricity concerns. Static electricity, generated by fuel flowing through a line, can be a major concern. During flight, an aircraft accumulates static electricity in the airframe. If not dissipated before refueling, the static electricity seeks a path to the ground through the fuel line, potentially causing a spark that can ignite vaporized fuel. Health considerations. Breathing fuel vapors poses health risks, necessitating careful limitation of exposure. Any fuel contact with clothing or skin requires prompt removal to mitigate potential harm. Fueling procedures. Now let's dive into the procedures governing the proper fueling of an aircraft, a responsibility shared between the owner, operator, and the person conducting the fueling. Over-the-wing versus single-point fueling. Fueling methods differ based on aircraft size. Smaller aircraft typically use the over-the-wing method, where a fuel hose fills through ports on the wing's top. Larger aircraft employ the single-point fueling system, utilizing receptacles on the wing's bottom leading edge. This system enhances efficiency, limits contamination, and reduces static electricity risks. Pressure fueling systems. Pressure fueling systems, comprising a hose and control panel, enable one person to fuel or defuel various tanks with predetermined levels. These figures provide visual insights into these procedures. Now move your attention towards next figures. Pre-fueling checks. Before fueling, several crucial checks must be conducted. 1. Ensure all electrical systems and electronic devices are off. Avoid carrying items in shirt pockets to prevent foreign objects falling into fuel tanks. 3. Strictly prohibit flame-producing devices during the operation. 4. Confirm the correct fuel type and grade. Never mix avgas and jet fuel. 5. Drain all sumps, wear eye protection, and consider additional protective gear. as be cautious of dirt blown by other aircraft in the vicinity, as contaminants can enter open fuel tanks. 7.7. Avoid fueling during lightning within a 5-mile radius and within 500 feet of operating ground radar. Mobile fueling equipment. When using mobile fueling equipment, adhere to these steps. 1. Approach the aircraft cautiously, ensuring no backing is needed for a quick departure. 2. Set the fuel truck's handbrake and chock the wheels. Ground both the aircraft and the truck, connecting them through ground wires. 4. Ensure proper grounding points, avoiding the use of engine exhaust or propeller. Ground the nozzle to the aircraft, open the fuel tank, and protect against potential damage caused by spilled fuel. Verify the fuel cap's installation and security before leaving the aircraft. Remove grounding wires in reverse order, leaving the aircraft ground wire attached if not flown or moved soon. Pits or cabinets. Fueling from pits or cabinets follows similar procedures, with permanent grounding in these structures, eliminating the need for additional grounding. The aircraft must still be grounded, and equipment should be grounded to the aircraft as required. Defueling procedures. Understanding the details of defueling is essential for safe and efficient aircraft maintenance. Let's explore the general procedures and precautions associated with defueling, keeping in mind that specific aircraft may have unique requirements detailed in their respective manuals. Defueling methods. Defueling methods typically involve either gravity defueling or pumping the fuel out of the tanks. The choice between these methods depends on the aircraft type and specific maintenance service manual instructions. Gravity defueling. This method requires a means of collecting the fuel as it drains. Careful planning is necessary to prevent spills or contamination. Pumping method. When using pumps, extra caution is crucial to avoid damaging the tanks. It's imperative that the removed fuel doesn't mix with the remaining good fuel. General precautions. Executing defueling procedures demands a set of precautions to ensure safety and prevent potential hazards. 1. Grounding. Ground both the aircraft and the defueling equipment. This minimizes the risk of static electricity, a potential source of ignition. 2. Electrical equipment. Turn off all electrical and electronic equipment within the aircraft. This precautionary step is vital to eliminate the risk of sparks or electrical malfunctions during the defueling process. A fire extinguisher. Have the correct type of fire extinguisher readily available. Different fuel types may require specific extinguishing agents, emphasizing the importance of being adequately prepared. 4. Eye protection. Prioritize safety by wearing eye protection. Defueling procedures involve handling fuel, and protective gear helps mitigate the risk of eye injuries. By adhering to these general precautions and consulting the aircraft's maintenance service manual for specific guidelines, the defueling process can be conducted safely and effectively, contributing to overall aviation maintenance practices. If you click like and subscribe and leave a comment, we will provide a coupon for a free PDF download one of other ebooks. However, each individual can only download up to 1 out of 9 ebooks for free.